Chapter 5 The White Rabbit's House. Once they reached the shore, they shook themselves off. The mouse took one more look at Alice, then it scurried off. How rude, Alice thought, but soon forgot about it, for the White Rabbit suddenly appeared again, this time muttering to himself, "The Duchess! Oh, my dear paws! Oh, my fur and whiskers! She'll have me executed! Where could I have put them?" Alice guessed in a moment that he was looking for the fan and white gloves. She looked around but could not find them anywhere. Everything seemed to have changed since her swim in the pool. The long hall, glass table, and little door had vanished. She was now in what seemed to be a heavily wooded forest. The rabbit soon noticed Alice hunting for the gloves and fan. "Mary Ann," he called to her in an angry tone, "what are you doing here? Run home this instant and fetch me a pair of gloves and a fan." Alice was so startled by the rabbit's tone that she took off at once, without trying to explain that she was, in fact, not Mary Ann. He must have taken me for his housemaid, Alice supposed. How surprised he'll be when he finds out who I really am. But I'd better go and get him the gloves and fan if I can find them. As Alice said this, she came upon a neat little house. On the door was a bright brass plate with the name W. Rabbit engraved on it. She went in without knocking and hurried up the stairs. "How odd this is," Alice said as she hunted around. "Running errands for a rabbit. I suppose Dinah will be sending me on errands next." Alice imagined her cat ordering her about. "Alice, come here at once," Dinah would say. "Watch this mouse hole for me and make sure the mouse doesn't get out." "Only I don't think," Alice went on, "that my parents would let Dinah in the house if she began ordering people around like that." By this time, Alice had found her way into a tidy little room with a table next to the window, and on the table was a fan and several pairs of white gloves. Alice picked them up and was about to leave the room when she noticed a little bottle sitting by the mirror. This bottle had no label that read "Drink Me," but nonetheless, Alice popped the cork and put it to her lips. "Something interesting always happens when I eat or drink anything here," she thought. "So I'll see what this bottle does. I hope it makes me grow larger again, for I'm tired of being so tiny." It did so, indeed, and much sooner than Alice had expected. Before she had drunk even half the bottle, she felt her head pressing against the ceiling, and she had to bend down to keep her neck from being broken. She put down the bottle, saying, "That's quite enough, thank you. I don't want to grow any more. I wish I hadn't swallowed so much." It was too late for such a wish, though. Alice kept growing and growing, and soon she had to kneel down on the floor. In another minute, there was not even room for this, so she had to lie down with one elbow against the door and the other arm curled around her head. Still she grew. Finally, she had to put one arm out the window and one foot up the chimney. "I can do no more," she thought to herself. "What will become of me?"